So, hello everyone. So, just hopping into it. I haven't posted any of my Alistar solo videos yet, so this will either be like the first or second, but I might post this one first, just because it's the newest. Anyway, jumping in. These two games, they're against the same team. We're in a party of 5. If you didn't check out my last video, this Pantheon one there, go check it out. Very good tips. Anyway, this game I'm focusing on Alistar. So, S tier performance. I'm in the solo lane. Probably going to title it Alistar Solo, but biggest thing, Alistar Solo is good against so many other solo laners because they're got physical attack, and I mean, really in secret, if you can stun them and knock them into your turret, it's so easy, especially lower ranks like platinum, gold for sure. You'll get away with it so easy. It's easy to climb. It's a little tricky because you got to know how to push, and it solely focuses on farming. But this game, I'm not sure if this was a good Jayce or not, but I shut him down so hard. He was in 9 takedowns, so we'll see. Anyway, regardless if he was a good Jayce or not, and Jayce, if he gets going, you can't do anything about it. So, S tier and A tier performance from all of our team. We just played a game against these 4, except for Jayce. Jayce was the newcomer on the enemy team. That being said, I was playing Pantheon. I decided to switch it up because we had Soraka and we needed a tank. And I started out with Alistar Solo. So, this build, you're playing a low damage tank in the solo lane. It's not easy if you just try to fight the whole time. Like, there he is, Jayce is there, he's attacking me, so I just retreat, I pull back. I'm trying to do solo lane Alistar. It's highly dependent on last hitting minions and getting gold to get your items, because he is a support champion. So that's a fight there we're not going to do, because I'm pretty much useless at level 1. So 2 tips with this: you can either go Sunfire Aegis first. It gives you a little bit better wave clear and capability to last hit minions. And if you don't get the last hit on minions, then you're not going to do well with this. So, right here, starting out, I was testing my capabilities, but I had to flash away there. Now I'm going to recall, heal up. The best way to play Alistar solo is to let the enemy push their wave in, and you can clear it at the turret. And that's where stunning them, whenever you get level 2, that's where you can stun them and knock them into your turret. If they're smart, they will avoid it. And if they're not smart, then you should get some easy kills. But yeah, you either want Sunfire Aegis first, or if they have a lot of heavy attack, you want to try to get either Thornmail or at least Blade Armor, Chain, whatever it's called there. Bramble Vest. I just looked it up. I couldn't remember. But if you get Bramble Vest, it gives you a little more fighting capability. but you want to get Sunfire Aegis for wave clear. So again, I'm not even worrying about the Jayce, but I'm tanky enough, and he's got level 5 now. I'm tanky enough that he can't actually kill me. And if he does try to, then he puts himself at risk, and Pantheon was hugging my lane pretty good. I'm going in. The only reason I'm going in here, you can see that little animation, Grasp of the Undying. You gotta hit your stacks for Grasp of the Undying, otherwise you're not getting as tanky as you need to be, and you'll just be deleted in the mid game. So again, last hidden minions. And it might take a game or two to practice this, just to time it well. It takes about 0.7 seconds to actually hit the minion. So I say this Jayce is probably pretty good. He knows how to be fluent with his character, with his abilities. And so they're fighting there. I'm running mid just to try to add a little support, and we got a team fight going on. So I headbutt Swain away from Misfortune, and I follow up on the support. And now we should be able to get Swain. He might kill us though just because of his self-heal, but I stun him under the turret, which works out nicely. So back in my lane, it's getting pushed, yes, but we just got 2 kills, I believe. Well, more than 2, but we killed Swain and Lulu because I was there. So now I'm heading back to my turret. And the best thing about doing Alistar in the solo lane, you can let your first turret fall, and it actually is beneficial to you. So he got the Scorpion there. That's fine. So I'm going in trying to get my stack of Grasp of the Undying. If you just look, so he's full on attacking me. I got minions attacking me. And because of Alistar's self-healing passive, and what do I have? I took Bramble Vest first, and now I got Shimmering Spark. So because of Bramble Vest, I actually had more health than Jayce there. Whenever you get your empowered attack from your third ability, it deals massive damage, and I'll show you the build at the end of the game, but I run Shield Bash, so whenever I get a healing effect, which I self-heal, it empowers the next attack. So I'm just playing it safe, trying to get as much gold as I can, because that's the only downside, is Alistar is terrible for getting gold by himself, because he's a support champion. So Jayce is waiting there. Look, I just missed that last hit on the big guy too. So I don't want to stay in this fight, but I stun him, I knock him away, and I try to run. I might die here, but I don't. And so, right there I realized I can take one good blast from Jayce's ability. And survive. It takes about maybe less than 10% of my health. And Pantheon helps me get a good turret push to balance up the lane. But I see a Moo coming, so we back. I'm going to stick around just to secure the kill. I should have just ran. But I wanted to make sure that we got him. And I survived. I survived. With little health. So I'm going to get the Scorpion and recall. And right now, 7 minutes in. And 2 kills, 3 assists. And for an Alistar solo lane, you would think if you just take a tank with no damage, you would just be dying. And it happens sometimes that other players too good and you let them get ahead, but if you just fight under your turret to play it safe, especially while practicing this, getting used to it, then you usually won't die. You won't if you play it safe enough, unless 3 of them come down to gank you. But 1v1. So like here, we're both level 10. I'm laughing because I know he can't do anything. He knows he can't do anything. If he tries to attack me, he'll just waste his mana. So I'm going to go in for another stack of Grasp of the Undying here. I get it, and I retreat. Go back to farming. And that's what you want to do for about the first 10 minutes. So like, see up top, they're having a team fight here, getting ready for the dragon. But I'm not concerned about that, because if I go in, I'll just die, especially against someone like a Mumu with Swain for support. So I'm just waiting. Now, I would have dove in a little more if he didn't destroy the turret. But I was waiting for the Scorpion anyway. So Misfortune's gonna die there. But Callista got away. So they have 3 or 4 people up here getting ready for the dragon. So I'm gonna leave my lane. I got a good push going. I'm gonna come support at this point. I got Sunfire Aegis, so that's the main item that you want. But again, it all depends. If they didn't have Jhin with such a slow attack speed, I probably would have went Thornmail first. But Sunfire Aegis is usually a bit better, a little more promising. So right here I'm focusing on Mumu, because if we can get him out, he's the jungler. Now I'm coming, if I can hit a stun, I won't get it in time though. So Pantheon ults in. I'm going for Lulu. Again, because I'm not playing support role. I'm solo lane. So this is totally fine. Zone her off. I'm still going to be tanking. I'm still going to be supporting. But you can't play this build, this lane, trying to just be a solo lane tank. You're just a tanky ability power that has crowd control. Some of the best games that I've done, I was back whenever you only had 3 runes, but it took the movement speed in the river, and just as much movement speed as you can, so that you can get back behind the front lines and knock the ADC or the supports forward to your team. And I MVP'd so many times. I got a couple triple kills. Anyway, so we're not fighting right now. I'm just going to keep pushing lane. And not specifically to push lane, but to farm. Because I'm still only at 7,000. So here, 2v1 against Swain and Amumu. I'm probably going to die. Pantheon's coming in. And I was going to run away. But then since he stayed, I actually killed him first. But so we almost got a Mumu. There was no chance we were going to swing, not this early. Anyway, I believe now I should have enough to get thorn mail. Yeah. And I got my stone plate. So those are your 2 base items, 3 base items. And I'm set there. Swain's pushing my lane. Next, especially right now with Zeke's Convergence being Hex Tech, you would always want to get that 3rd. This game, I'm still going Abyssal Mask. So, at this point, for your 3rd item that's not boots, you want to get Abyssal Mask, because mana is going to be the most important thing. Anytime you spend mana, you heal. And anytime you take damage, you restore mana. So that allows you to be more sustaining and stay in fights longer. Which, whenever you hit your ultimate, that's what you want. You don't want to just hit your ultimate, use your abilities a couple times, and be like half health and no mana, because then you're useless. So Abyssal Mask is highly recommended. But with Zeke's Convergence being Hex Tech and buffed right now, that's better, especially if you're having full-on team fights. Like right here, if I hit it, but if I hit my ultimate here with a Zeke's Convergence, I think that Kallista's too far away. Pantheon would have got the boost, I think. But that's why Zeke's Convergence, you want it as a 4th item. I used Zeke's Convergence before, so I messed up there. I was trying to hit, I think, Aaron. I was trying to hit Jayce back, but I accidentally hit Amumu back into my team. So we die, we lose Baron. Again, this game kind of, I mean, they have the advantage to win right now. But we're even lanes, we have a slightly better lane advantage. But this is why this technique works good, because I'm 2 kills, 2 deaths, 6 assists right now. So Pantheon ults into Jhin, gets the kill. That was probably our Tide Turner. Misfortune kills Amumu. So now they only have Jayce and Swain, and their support is piloting the Hex Tech, so we're gonna get a free dragon. And right now we're not worrying about taking out the mech. We're worried about trying to get Lulu, so that Lulu is dead for the next team fight. So I'm tanking all the minion damage. I'll slow it down here, since Jason Swain came back. So Kallista's trying to stay alive, and I'm going after Jayce because he's low health, and I'm going to immediately switch for Lulu. Because Swain's either going to kill them, and I guess she's too far away, so I go back to help out. And I accidentally knocked her away there. My stun wasn't ready. So I'm just going to tank the damage from Jhin. And as far as gameplay, this is what you want to do. You want to chase down the important enemies. I'm too low health here, so I'm just going to recall a thing. Kallista was able to carry it anyway. So I'm going to heal up here and clear the lane. But yeah, playing Alistar solo lane, you want to hunt down the important enemies and knock them into your team to die. And if you do that, you will win at least 80% of your games. and you will do well in 100%. So the biggest thing from when I started out and when I realized I was accidentally doing the pulverized combo, which is your second ability and first ability right away, using that pulverized combo is not as useful. So if you can try not to do that, if you can stun them and then knock them, that's better. But here we are, both level 13, Alistar versus Jayce, and with as many stacks as I got now, he won't be able to do anything. He's scared to hit me even. He's not going to come in doing melee. So that being said, I cleared the wave. I'm coming mid, and they all try to fold on me, which is a mistake. So there, I hit my ultimate. I just want to check. So I have Abyssal Mask, but I don't have Zeke's Convergence yet. If I did, Twista's attack damage would be boosted as well, and all the enemies would be slowed. So right here, I'm just taking the damage, and I'm trying to stun Lulu. And that was a perfect stun right in Misfortune's ult. And that's what you're looking for. So I knocked him. I didn't know Pantheon was coming, but I knocked him so that Swain wasn't anywhere near Jhin, and we could take the fight away. And Pantheon is chasing down Jayce. That being said, easy kill. I think we all double back and get Jhin. Nice. Oh, and now we get the Baron. Get the Baron Elder and win. So, for the most part, just judging by the bar, we only get one more kill before we win. That's the other benefit too. Say I had have taken just a bruiser. Anyone like, let's say Warwick or any other solo laner besides Garen. Like, I can just go and I can tank the Baron. I can tank the dragon. Alright, so I'm clearing lane. They're going to try to steal the Elder. So, my plan right here, I'm going to try to just destroy the mech so that I can be back to Alistar. Because I want to hit my ultimate, and I want to go in and I want to stun. So, I was communicating with my team. I'll try to kill Lulu, and it should be an easy win. Again, if you want to win, take out the support and the damage. No support, they have no one to help keep the team alive. I guess Misfortune got a double kill there. Triple kill. Anyway, that's that game. Pretty simple. Pretty basic. So again, Sky Signal, 12 kills, 4 deaths by Felicia Callista. 14 kills, 3 deaths. I got 15 assists. So from that last point I mentioned, I was 2 kills, 2 deaths, 6 assists. I got 9 assists there in the end game. So that's what you want to look for. Over 1 full minute of crowd control, and I tanked all the damage. So for the build, Grasp of the Undying, you want that because it gives you bonus health, bonus armor, I think, and you heal on your empowered attacks every 3 seconds. and your permanent health increase. Courage of the Colossus for a max health scaling shield whenever you stun. Second Wind, so whenever you're fighting, you're also regenerating max health. And I took Perseverance. I think that's the best one to go with now, just as far as crowd control and stuff goes. And Shield Bash. This is the main one. Every time you heal yourself with your passive, plus your Grasp with the Undying, any of these, you get. And so, none of my items scale my attack damage or ability power, but it empowers it to deal that extra damage, and you notice it on the health bar. That's a pretty good chunk. That being said, but if you don't get your stacks of Grasp of the Undying, then you can just easily get killed off by any successful champion that has a few items and is doing good, like by Felicia or Callista or Misfortune. If I was against them, they would have been able to easily kill me. Now with Thornmail, I would, if they weren't just running away, but they both have movement speed and the jumping, so just that being said, they would have been able to get away too much unless I took the glorious boots of whatever movement speed to catch up, or if I had flash or something, I would have no way to actually, unless they just stood there and fought me stupidly, I wouldn't be able to get the kills, and I would just die to their damage. But now, jumping into the next game, I'll just throw it all in one video again. Same enemy team that we're against, the 4 of them, and now they have a Garen that came in different, and he got SVP. And if you notice, if you look at the other videos, this one, so we just had Callista, so they took Callista so that we didn't have them. And that forced by Felicia to take Vayne, which is their main champion. So that being said, I'm just jumping into the stats here. I didn't do as well for getting my own stacks, but I did more self-healing and more shielding from Courage of the Colossus. And I didn't actually look at the shield bash damage, but this game, since it was the same people again, I decided to go more support tank, so I went Zeke's Convergence, so we'll be able to see that. And I actually did terrible this game against Garen. So I think I went for Sunfire Aegis first. Yeah, so I'm going Sunfire Aegis first. I was accidentally running up the duo lane. So just skip until I get to lane. Because I didn't take armor, Garen can attack a lot faster. So again, I get the stack of Grasp with the Undying, and I retreat to farm, and I was a little cockier in my fighting. But Garen was playing it really safe. Like I should have just ran at that point. I guess I did. But I think I stupidly go back in too early. So I perform worse this game, but I'm more support to my team. You can see that empowered attack. How much damage it does. Almost a full bar on Garen starting out. So this game, since I'm not doing so well, especially starting off against Garen, I'm going to just speed it up. Skip all the walking. A lot of the things I would be explaining are the same. The benefit I had this game is Garen wasn't going for the Scorpion. Like, he would always recall whenever it was about to respawn. So that gave me a little bit of lane advantage. But, like I said, so fighting Garen out here, he's going to win all the time. So it's more important, fight back here near your turret, so you can stun him and headbutt him into the turret. Otherwise, against Garen, you're going to lose. If you get enough stacks and like uneven lane, and I'm just going to run right back. But I could be getting more stacks right here. And I'm focusing a little bit too much on getting stacks, and I should be worried about farming. So, just in that respect, this is a very good video, or game rather, for seeing the comparison of what to do and what not to do for Alistar. And I still do well this game, just not as good as the last game, because I got a little cocky, I guess, after doing so well against Jayce. And here, I'm going to get ganked. I might survive. For a minute, at least. And if you just look at the health difference between me and Garen, he's got a lot more health. Now whether some of that's just Garen scaling, some of it's just because he's going heart steel and he's got full boots. And he's got almost 1,500 more gold than me. So alright, I'm losing lane, so I'm going to run up, dragons up. I'm going to try to be helpful up here. And Callista saved Lulu, but that would have been a nice kill. And like I said in the last game, it's okay to lose your first turret here. So all that does is it makes minions stack here longer. And while right here's the perfect example, it's a bit different now that the Scorpion's in the game, but you have more time to get back to these minions. And with your minions fighting those minions, look, this wave is going to hit much closer. Let's see if it works so it makes sense. So our minions are going to be at the tower taking the damage. This tower is going to be fine. And there's going to be more minions stacking here. And look, these minions, instead of, if I was out here, which is really easy to get ganked, I'm in near here. So as long as you have a ward in this bush or that bush, you can avoid ganks coming. And these minions haven't spawned yet. These minions here are the ones that line up with these minions. So you're fighting closer to home. If you run out of mana, you can recall, and you can be back in half the time that you would be running out here. So, doing Alistar solo lane, it's okay to lose your first turret, as long as you defend your second one well, and farm good. Otherwise, it's not worth it. So while I was explaining all that, this is what was going on. I was here helping push the tower. So we can see how I'm half health out of mana. At that point, I'm useless. So that's why you want to take Abyssal Mask. You always want to take it third. If you're doing good, if you're not needing the armor, take it second. But it all depends on what you're against for attack damage. I took Thornmail this... I guess better way to put it. I needed Thornmail this game early to counter Callista. So again, like I just missed that minion. That's going to be quite a cost there. So the better you can get at last hidden minions with Alistar, because nobody's in my lane, nobody's rushing me. But I just haven't played solo lane Alistar in months, or almost a year since I played him all the time. So I'm just a little bit rusty at last hitting. Anyway, nobody's in my lane. I'm going to leave it, let it slow push, and I'm going to come and help team fight. So I'm tanking the turret so we can secure the kill. And now I'm going to try to get the fuck out of there, but this Diana was really good. Like the last game they went at Mumu, which was stupid on their behalf because their Diana playing is so good. Anyway, and this is what I mean. So I'm dead. I'm up in 10. With already pushing, in 10 seconds this lane's going to be right here. Or these minions, rather. So the turret will take those out. I'll get these ones. And then I'll get all these ones. Because Ahri is retreating. Nobody's pushing it. So as long as I can last hit most of these. And using your first ability like that, that's the best way to make sure you get last hit minions. But again, it uses a lot of mana. So until you have Abyssal Mask, it's not recommended. And Sunfire Aegis, that's what hit the minion behind me. And that's why that's preferred first item. But Thornmail first makes you more survivable. Sunfire Aegis first allows you to get more gold. But it's not guaranteed that you get more gold. So, Ahri, I can't fight Ahri. Not with this low mana. So I'm going to get the fuck out of there. And perfect example there. I accidentally did the combo. So if you can get good at not doing the combo, but actually it's good that I stayed behind. And that's just unlucky. Oh, Alright, nice steal there from our jungler. But he's low health. Lux is about to die. So instead of running up to that team fight, I want to get a little more ahead. So I went back to my lane. So at this point, I still only have Thorn Mail, because that's how much behind in gold I am. Thorn Mail, full boots, and just the start of Sunfire Ages. And right now, so I'm 2 kills, 4 deaths, 1 assist. I'll be turning that around. But at 11 minutes in, that's probably the only downside to, well, not the only, because low damage, but Alistar solo, the biggest downside is that it's a bit of a slow start if you don't get kills early by knocking people into the turret, or by getting a good gank and killing the champion in your lane. If you get a slow start, then you don't really hit it off till probably, I'd say, about 14 minutes. So it's a bit of a mid or late game strategy if you don't get a good start. If you get a good start, you will end games around 12 14 minutes. But look at all this tanking I'm doing here. My ultimate just wore off, so I'm getting out. But Garen out of mana, or doesn't have mana. The rest of them, they're actually doing pretty good on mana, unfortunately. And we're gonna lose the Baron, but all of them have things on cooldown. And Vayne's gonna die by the looks of it. So that's just what I'm saying. I didn't get a good start, and I had just barely got my second item. They all have 3 items, or are working on their 3rd. And we're behind in gold. So this game, it felt like we were going to lose. And again, Pantheon dove in there. Doesn't get the kill, because he was 1v5. It was a good attempt, but he ulted too late for the Baron. And now, at 13 minutes, we're finally just pushing my tower. So, I forget if I already decided or not. If I already decided, I probably would have. This is a good fight. Perfect example, like, doesn't matter who I team up with. If they got the damage, I can do enough crowd control and stunning that anyone can get the kills. Anyway, I was saying, I think it was around that point I decided to take Zeke's Convergence next instead of Abyssal Mask, because we were falling behind and we needed the extra boost for the team. If I had decided that earlier, I probably would have taken it second item. So, this is a pretty good move too. Oh, not what I thought happened. And so this is going to be a free dragon because Diana's pushing, but if Diana pushes that, we are also in trouble. So I recall just to clear. And since I'm solo lane, I'm allowed to off lane or split push. Alright, that's what the solo lane role does. So, in the mid game to late game, you get a lot more gold. So, like I said, it's the early start to the game where Alistar solo has the biggest struggle. If he doesn't get ahead, he often seems like you're going to feel like you're not going to be really supportive or helpful to your team because you're just a slow lane clear. But especially like if you run into a wave or a wave that's bigger than 4 and you take all the damage, your Thorn Mail is going to be killing the minions and your Sunfire Aegis is going to kill the minions. So mid to late game, it's actually a really good wave clear and you just got to stand there. If you don't have minions to take their minion fire, you're going to clear the wave quickly. Slowing this down, this was probably the most utilized play I had. So I stun Callista. And I stun her again with an empowered attack, and look at that health. And then I hit my ultimate. And I keep charging in. So I took out their damage. And what's going on is I'm forcing their team back, and Garen is fighting the other 4. So it's a 4v1 for my team against the tank. I took out the damage, the ADC, and we got, what's Papu playing? We got Diana and Lulu. So their jungle, which can do high burst damage, and their support. So if they are retreating, I'm going to make sure Garen doesn't get out of the fight. And this is how you want to play Alistar in the solo lane. You want to build tanky and be able to chase down. And Lulu, I'm just going to die to the turret there. So I see we're chasing Diana, but I'm going to clear the lane. I think I was probably telling Vayne to get out. Or I thought that they might be able to get Diana. But at this point, Diana is 7 and 6, so they're doing good, but they're not doing great. So it's a bit of a toss-up. Anyway, we are going to continue pursuing Diana. Meanwhile, I'm going to start taking the Baron. And this is what I was saying earlier. Being so tanky, I can sit here and tank all of the Baron damage. It's a bit different now. But I'm tanking all the Baron damage while the jungle just chunks it away. Oh, I'm still half speed. Whoops. So I thought I might have died, but then I got my stone plate and a couple other things to heal. And then I shouldn't have dove in there to die, but I figured if I could help Pantheon out. Anyway, some fighting, just basic defending. You don't want to engage out, you want to let them get into the turret. And look at that. So I got a double kill. And Vayne chases down Callista, I'm pretty sure. No, because I got her. That's good teamwork there. Then Elder Dragon's up. We got 2v1. At this point, Vayne and Kasai were both pretty boosted. And then I'm hopping in the mech. And I'm just running it straight down. And again, so I think I said it when I was in the mech last time. This time, this is pro tip for if you take the mech. There's less than a quarter of the time left, and he's full health. So when you're in the mech, you want to balance between how much time you have left and health. So I want to just go in and cause as much damage, take as much damage as I can. And again, I'm Alistar, so I'm going to pop off as soon as the mech is destroyed. If it even gets to that. And I'm taking all the damage. And that's that. So, slow start to the game. Didn't do very well, but strong finish because I was getting my stacks and I was making sure I was there to support the team. And 12 assists, that's not bad. 52 seconds of crowd control, that's not bad either, especially since I spent less time in team fights this time and I died more. And again, for the rest of the team, like Kasai, 16-7. Spectacular. The enemy team, they just did terrible this game. And again, it's the same 4 players. So they're just thrown off. They knew it was us, probably a little demoralized. And they were probably fighting a little bit. And they took Callista to try to take Callista away from us, and they weren't that good. And they made the Callista we had last game take their best character, Vayne. So anyway, if you didn't check it out already, go check out the first game we played against these guys. It's Pantheon. It's going to be in my ranked. Just flip it to here for a sec too. So it'll be in my ranked playlist though. I might throw it on my Pantheon one too, but anyway, check it out. Very good game, very helpful. A little bit long. I slow it down, break down all the plays, and what to watch for. So very good to anyone that wants to improve their ranked games. And again, thanks for watching. Make sure to throw a like, subscribe for more, and have a good day.